Hello and welcome to another video, and no, it's not my Elden Ring review. I'm really hoping to have that out very soon. I actually kind of paused playing the game. I'm at the very end of it for the PlayStation VRR support, which is supposed to be out this week because it's going to help that game. It will be unofficially supported for that game, but I still want to see if it makes a difference before I finish the game. Because I'm going to tell you, once I finish Elden Ring, I'm probably not going to touch that game for a long time because it is a lengthy game. But yes, we're talking about Halo Infinite again. You know, the game that I want to distance and stop talking about, but they keep doing dumb shit and they keep making empty promises and then breaking those promises, and it's just ridiculous. And so I want to talk about it because Season 2 is right around the corner. It hits on May 3rd, and they put out their roadmap for the rest of 2022. It is whack, it's crazy, and we're going to dive into it today. The first thing I want to point out here on this 2022 roadmap for Halo Infinite, this is for the entire year. This is their plans for the entire year. Now, we don't know the details of Season 3, but let's start right off the bat with the negatives here because there's not much positive to talk about, and that is there will be only one other season starting in 2022, and that is Season 3. Yes, Season 2 is now confirmed to be 6 months in length. And the reason the team at 343 is doing this is they are using the excuse of for their health, and they don't want to have crunch and stuff, which is a huge hot button topic in the industry. I completely understand that. However, I would be more accepting of that as an excuse if there was actually a lot of work going into Halo Infinite. And as we discuss this roadmap, there's not enough work to justify using such an excuse. I can't imagine the amount of work that is going into Halo Infinite's Season 2 here took them more than maybe 2 weeks to a month to complete. Okay, so let's dive down the negatives here. So there are 2 new maps. That's right, 2 new maps that are going to hit this game. That means when we hit November, it'll have been a full year since Halo Infinite's multiplayer has been out, and in that time you got 2 new maps. Ridiculous. So there is the arena map, which is called Catalyst, and then there is the big team battle map, which is called Breaker. That's it. 2 new maps. Like, holy shit, that's bad, right? Then we have the new game modes, which are King of the Hill, Land Grab, and Last Spartan Standing. Now, this is even dumber to me because these are modes that should have already been in the game. I mean, you're touting King of the Hill and Land Grab, at least those 2, as new modes. Those aren't new modes. Those are modes that should have been in the game since launch, but they decided to delay those for whatever reason. Most likely their shitty challenge system wasn't working at launch with those modes and they had to delay them. And then you get Last Spartan Standing, which is basically a battle royale light from my understanding. Obviously it's not going to have 100 players or anything crazy, but let's say it seems like a big precursor to the battle royale mode that Certain Affinity is probably working on right now. The thing that came out, they had a live stream today at the time of this recording, and so it's kind of unconfirmed right now, but it sounds like these modes might not be permanent either. They might be tied to weekly challenges. I don't know yet, so don't quote me on that, but let me just say, if that is the case, that's somehow even shittier than I expected this news to be for this game. Then you have what they're calling multiplayer narrative events. The first one is called Interference. It runs from May 3rd to May 16th. And then, this seems like a shitty version of Spartan Ops. And I'm going to be honest, like, if you played Halo 4, I did, I'm sure a lot of you did, Spartan Ops sucked. It was a bad replacement for Firefight, which was an awesome horde mode that, you know, came out in ODST, then they put it in Reach, and then for whatever reason 343 decided, now we're going to do this narrative thing, Spartan Ops, which nobody cared for because it just recycled shit from the campaign and the multiplayer. This is a bad direction to go. Like, there's no good way to say it. This is a bad direction to go, and anybody that's like fooling themselves into thinking they're going to have some rich lore-filled story is an idiot. They're not going to. This is 343, man. Like, they are incapable of writing something interesting outside of a campaign when it comes to story content. So that's not going to happen. We have, of course, the big ticket item, a new 100 tier battle pass. Now, to their credit, during the live stream that they had today, it sounds like they are actually making some improvements to how the battle pass operates, and they are going to be giving more rewards out for players, which is a good thing because it needs to happen. But I've said it before many times in every one of these Halo Infinite bitching videos, and I'm going to keep hammering it home until it changes. Challenges is the worst way to go with unlocking content in a battle pass. I don't even like battle passes. I think that whole concept is complete garbage, and I think it's ruining the multiplayer gaming industry as a whole, but that's a topic for a different video. Here, specifically, they need to just overhaul, get rid of the challenge part of it. They need to make it work like every other game's battle pass, which is you kill, you earn points, you level up your experience, you level up your battle pass, and you unlock stuff instead of these stupid challenges. With all of those things being said, and that's focused around the multiplayer, I think you would agree with me, pretty lame. I mean, you've had 6 months to work on this season 2, and this is what you're getting. 2 new maps, 3 modes, 2 of them should have already been in the game, a precursor to what's probably Spartan Ops, a new battle pass, like that's it. You know, that seems like a month's worth of work that took them 6 months somehow. I don't know what they were doing. And to make things worse, we have some information about long-standing features people have been waiting for this game, like campaign network co-op. Yeah, how long have you been waiting for that? Because I've been waiting since launch. Late August is the target date. The target date is late August. Almost a year after the game launched, you may, in August, be able to play with your friend online the campaign. We don't know yet. That's a target date. The other big feature, which should have been in the game day one, is campaign mission replay. You can't replay missions in this game, like, at all. And that's also a late target date for August. Like, what are we doing? And then they're apparently going to have an open beta for Forge starting in September. And of these 3 things, the Forge thing can be a beta. That doesn't bother me. You know, it is what it is. But they need to start pulling player-created content and pumping that out, kind of like Reach did back in the day, to give more maps into the game, just so people have a variety of maps to enjoy, instead of the same, like, 12 maps this game has. I mean, it doesn't even have 12. I'm giving it too much credit. It's like under 10. So, with that being said, that's all the Season 2 content. Let's talk briefly about what they've outlined for Season 3 thus far. Season 3 starts November 8th. It'll have another 100-tier battle pass. Of course it will. They need your money. They're going to have supposedly new maps, new modes, a new sandbox items, new narrative events, new Fracture event, which I'm going to be honest, these events have been just ass. The Forge open beta apparently is going to continue. More quality of life improvements, and then my personal favorite, at the very bottom of this, the very last thing on this battle pass, or on this roadmap, campaign split screen co-op, timing to be determined. I'm gonna level with you. If you're a Halo fan and you were one of the people that was disappointed Halo 5 had no split screen co-op, they're not gonna do this in this game. It's not gonna happen. Here's my prediction for the co-op nature of Halo Infinite. You're gonna get the campaign co-op network this year. It's not going to be late August. It'll be delayed again, but they have to get it out this year. It's going to be a buggy shit show of a mess. It's going to suck. There's going to be a lot of bugs with it. There's going to be a lot of desyncing issues. These people can't fix desyncing issues in their multiplayer game. So how are they going to fix it and make it work for a campaign? They're not going to be able to. And with all of that, they're then going to say, you know what, guys, we're really sorry. We tried. We could not get split screen to work. It's just not possible. That's my prediction. And then they'll come out and they'll have more, you know, we're sad. We're really sorry. Here's an emblem for multiplayer. Some shitty thing you don't want, but they'll give it to you anyways. That's 343. I mean, I know that I've bitched about Halo on this channel because I'm passionate about Halo. I love Halo. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. I have a deep love and admiration for this franchise. I've been behind the scenes. Me and a friend have been replaying the Halo Master Chief Collection. We're going through and just doing the speed runs of Halo 1, 2. I think we're almost at the end of 3 now. And even then, we sit and we watch the cutscenes. It's so blatant when you watch the cutscenes how much love and care for these characters were there when it was with Bungie. But then when it switched to 343, I will say, like, and I'll maybe have more to say on this in the future, but, like, Halo 4 definitely seemed to have that love and care, and then they just decided we're going to go big and we're going to bring in a new character and we're going to try and have them take over the franchise, which was Spartan Locke, and that failed obviously with Halo 5. So, and they just haven't been able to deliver. This is a company, this is a studio that basically was shackled together when Bungie gave up Halo to continue a franchise. And yes, well, they did have some ex-Bungie people and people that worked on it, you know, figureheads and whatnot. It's going nowhere. Like, I've watched the franchise, one of my favorite gaming franchises ever, fall from grace in the last decade. It is at the lowest point it's ever been, between its terrible TV show where they decided let's throw out all the lore and make a different timeline and just pull bits and pieces of things that seem cool, but we're going to change this, we're going to do that, you know, we're going to have a Master Chief who takes his helmet off all the time or walks around like in Under Armour, and we're just gonna ruin this for everybody. But we're gonna pull in those casual people that don't know anything about Halo, and we're gonna disrespect the fans that have been here with us since day one, because they don't care about that person. They're looking for the quick buck right now. That's why this game's multiplayer is free to play. I mean, let's be honest. So again, the one and only positive thing I can say about all of the Halo stuff right now is Certain Affinity, a prominent support developer for the Halo franchise, is working on a battle royale right now. That's everything that I've heard. That's everything that I've read. They're working on a battle royale mode. If I were a betting person, I would say it's probably going to launch as a separate client from Halo Infinite. It'll have to have its own battle pass and whatnot. I bet you anything that will kick off and be more successful than Halo Infinite. And if they can actually put something good together, then why not just let them take over the franchise? You know, why don't we just put 343 to pasture, disband the broken mess that is that company, and let those people go their merry way to different studios, maybe move them to different internal studios, separate them. You don't have to necessarily fire people. I'm not looking for that here, but like, move these people to different studios. Microsoft has a bajillion of them now with all these acquisitions. They certainly could move these people around and have them, you know, help on other prominent projects that have been in the shit can forever. Look at Rare's Everwild, the game that I don't think is ever going to come out at this point. Look at the Fable reboot. When is that coming out? Like, Microsoft has a very big first-party problem right now with, you know, over-promising and under-delivering. And because of that, I think they've let Halo suffer the most. And it's at the lowest point it's ever been. And the only way to reel this shit back in is simply to give the franchise to a different developer. And that's what I think needs to happen. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. Give it to somebody else. Let somebody else do something new with Halo. Obviously keep Master Chief there, but do something different. So, anyways, I had to make this video because it's so ridiculous that this game, they can't get the live service part of this game going. It's like they either just don't care or they just don't know what to do because they've never had a live service game. But it's abysmal, and I had to make a video on it. So let me know in the comments below what you think about Season 2. Are you still playing Halo Infinite? I don't know how you could be. Are you enjoying it? Leave a comment. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.